What is control chart? In this particular video, we'll take the overview of the control chart. So control charts are known as the process behavior chart. Project teams use control chart to know if the process is behaving under the influence of any special cause. Choice of control chart is important because the wrong selection of the chart may lead you to the wrong inference or wrong conclusion. And the control chart would give you the idea, the impact of this special cause on your process, and it would highlight them if the data crosses from the Three Sigma level. The Three Sigma limits are known for the control limits, and every control chart would have two limits, the upper control limit and the lower control limit. The project team has a choice of fixing the control limit if they wish so, but ideally your data would give you the control limits, and there are specific calculation available to calculate your control limit. The table shows what kind of control chart I should use and why. You are having two kind of data set, continuous data and discrete data, that is the attribute data. For continuous or variable data, we are having three charts, and which is widely used into the industry. IMR chart, when you are having one single sample as shown into the table or one subgroup only, you can use IMR chart. While less than 10 subgroup size, or for that matter less than 8 also, less than 8 subgroup size, you can use X bar R chart. If your subgroup size is more than 10, you can use X bar and standard deviation. S is the standard deviation and R is range. So X bar is average and range chart, and average and standard deviation chart. Now in attribute chart, where you are having yes or no, okay, not okay, or you are having absolute answer to your query, there you can use four kind of the. So P chart, when you are having defects and the sample size is varying, you can use the P chart. Sample size is varying, then you can use the NP, that is the proportion, number of proportion chart. When you are having the defects, look at the defects, unit of defects, that is denoted as U, and varying sample size, you can use the U chart. Having constant sample size and you are looking at the defects from the unit or from the load, you can use the C chart. Based on the type of defective and defect and variation in your sample size, you can choose the relevant chart. Let us understand very important part and very important tool, that is cause and effect diagram. This is also called Ishikawa diagram, as it is being founded by Dr. Kaoru Ishikawa, and he has given this particular chart to the world. The causes are grouped under the logical category of 6M. What are the 6M? Man, machine, measurement, material, milieu. So you can have a group of it. 7P, product, price, praise, promotion, profitability, people, all put together. You can have your causes there. 5S, Aries, Ethos, Esos, Psychis, Suke. So this 5S also can be, create the ribs of your fishbone, and you can draw that way. Ideally, you can have your own causes. The idea is we need to put all the causes together and identify which are the important causes leading us for this particular problem. Now, the causes to the event first need to be arrived based on the brainstorming. So this is the group tool. Into the team with the brainstorming, you can identify which are the causes impacting on my output. The project team is then arranges these causes into the logical categories based on the kind of the brainstorming you are arriving to the causes or root. This picture is showing you the example of the cause and effect diagram. This is the problem and these are the reasons for this problem. Now, if you see, this is the main line, this is the main rib of a fish, and then you are having the various lines going out from this rib. Those are the sub rib of a fish, and if you actually draw the curve in this particular diagram at the border, and if you draw the border, it would be looking like fish, and that is why it is called Ishikawa diagram or fishbone diagram. The Pareto chart is used to prioritize your 20% of the important causes. Checksheet would help you to collect the data in absence of the automated reporting system, reporting process. Flowchart will help you to map the entire process. Histogram will help you to understand the shape and the data distribution. Scatter chart help you statistically validating the relationship of your the dependent and independent parameter. Control chart will help you to identifying how your process is performing, whether it is under the influence of any special causes. And cause and effect diagram will logically group the causes of the causes that results into the in a particular event. So all to put together, if you can utilize any of the tools to reach to the cause of the problem. And then in the next phase, next module, we'll learn on how we can improve upon this and how we can work for this.